What's up, guys? It's your boy McFish Sandwich, and I'm back again with more Aaron Kyro messing up skateboarding. I was gonna say the F word, but it's not been not even a minute yet, so I can't even do that. You gotta wait till that 3-4 minute mark. Getting tired of this Scientologist, man, especially when you're in my backyard and you go to Africa. You talk about the Uganda skate team. They have nothing to do with you and your skate culture, because our skate culture stays and lasts a long time, and we teach people things and we don't take away. You know what I mean? Watch this clip of Aaron Dumbass Cairo for entertainment purposes only.
Odd, and I'm from Mongoose, Zambia, and this is my background story. First time I ever saw a skateboard, I was in 4th grade. My other friend from school had, these Walmart skateboards. I borrowed it from him and I loved that thing. I started trying to learn how to skate, but my parents skating either because it's a dangerous sport. So 3 years later.
Now, you know what's kind of crazy? I grew up in Sacramento, California, where life is just a little bit slower, sketchy, and you just feel like you need to be a part of the community wherever at in Sacramento you are, be it Meadowview, Del Paso Heights, Oak Park, whatever. You really want to be involved in your community. So to hear somebody say skateboarding is dangerous is kind of comical to me. I'm just saying. When you live in a place called the deepest part of hell, skateboarding is, it doesn't even equate to the streets. But I digress. Let's hear about this some more from this guy.
Later, I started teaching myself how to skate using a friend's skateboard. I'd walk kilometers on to go to this homie's place to go learn how to skate. And that's how I started getting into skateboarding. And I forfeited lunch money for a whole semester, a whole term, and I finally managed to buy a skateboard from the friend that I first ever saw the skateboard from. So he sold me his Element board, and that was my first ever skateboard.
So my very first skateboard was a Nash. And if you don't remember Nash's, they had this little plastic rubber and plastic tail block where you couldn't really ollie that much, and it didn't really even have concave like the boards that we have today. It was basically like a plank of wood with a giant tail that was cut out, so you had to make do with what you had. But I did learn an ollie the first time on the board, and it just really confused me because it was like, how do you get so much speed? How do you gap with this thing? How do you make it go? You know what I mean? That's the main thing. But when I actually got a real deck, which was a hookups deck that my homie flowed to me because he just let me use it because he didn't really skate that much. And when I got on the hookups deck, then I felt what concave was all about. But this was back in the day when boards were like 7.75 and super small. And with this big ass size 15, well at that time size 13 foot, it's hard to do to anything on a skateboard. So no slides, crooked grinds, heel flip, kick flip, all the jazz. I'm playing it like I was just Dizzy Gillespie. But it took hours, time, patience, sweat equity, a lot of sweat, a lot of jumping. But I had to go all in. If I was gonna half step it, I don't think skateboarding is made for half steppers. I'm just saying.
YouTube.
My name's Aaron Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area.
I can't even count how many hours I've watched Skateboarding Made Simple and all these tutorials. Every time I watched Aaron Kyro, there's one thing that he used to mention, and he was talking about I made the first ever skate park in my hometown. I made the first ever. So he said that line so much that I decided to myself oh, I want to make the first ever skate park in my hometown. And I started telling people that line. Every time I said it, they'd say, you can't afford a skateboard. How are you going to build a whole skate park?
So I was lucky enough that my first local was the Benicia skate park. Destelware, Nada Scoopas, any pro that was going out to San Francisco, hit up the Benicia Skate Park right by the Taco Bell. It is no longer there. If you know, you know. It was the bomb. I had a bean burrito, and I was sitting there hill flipping ground boobs. That's what I like to call them. But yeah, that was my local Benicia, and then we moved to Antioch. And I'm such an OG that leave a comment down below if you remember this place. It was called the Docks, and it was right next to the police station. And my boy Vinny Minton, shout out Benny Minton, you know, bringing Solomon out to America and doing this thing, you know what I mean? Met him while he was busting his jaw on coping for a contest, doing a double backflip on a spine, like a real vert ramp spine. That fool was gnarly. And yeah, I was just trying to go up, slide the middle on my board, and then come back in transition. I accomplished that, but if you know, you know, the Docks was the #1 premier place to go crazy with a quarter pipe that went all the way through the ceiling. So check out. I don't know if there's clips, but check out the lore.
I was like, I don't know how, but trust me, I'm gonna make the first ever skate park in my hometown.
When I was 18 years old and in high school in Red Lodge, Montana, I was part of the youth council, and
Nobody cares about your religious mumbo jumbo, bro. Let the man have a shine. Let him get his 15 minutes of fame, my guy. Sheesh.
Skate, and then I started teaching. So it started with 2 kids, then 5 kids, and before I knew it, I was teaching like 20 kids how to skate using 1 skateboard. And that's how it kind of like started out. And I didn't even know that this was going to turn into something bigger. I always knew, like, I had a feeling like I was gonna do a lot with skateboarding. And you know, I've been watching a lot of Aaron Carrot teaching people how to skate. So I felt I was equipped enough to teach people how to skate. And I only had 1 skateboard. I couldn't afford other skateboards. So before I knew it, I had 20 kids how to teach using 1 skateboard. And because the skateboard would take such a long time to rotate and go back to the person who started skating, you know, the kids got tired and started making their own boards from case wheels. And I kid you not, this even motivated me to continue doing what I was doing on a larger scale, and I wanted to do it even more and reach more kids. Excuse my glasses, but the light is beaming too much.
So I started teaching because my girlfriend at the time was like, you need to get you a job that you love. And at the time I wasn't really all enthralled with skateboarding, but I was like, I could teach somebody how to ollie, maybe kickflip, pop shove it, whatever, you know what I mean, teach them the basics. Little did I know it was going to set off into this whole conglomeration of just skating every day and it becoming a part of my identity. It's because I fell in love with the problem. Why and how? And it can't be that hard. It has to be a lot of mental. And what I came to find out is I was almost on it, but balance was a #1 key ingredient. That and pads and feeling comfortable before you even start any tricks. You want to get balanced and feel good about what you're about to do. So yeah, I started teaching because we needed monies. monies.
We kind of tried to find streets that were less busy, and we would use those streets as, you know, our training grounds. So after teaching more kids how to skate and then make suitcase wheels, I started getting these pictures of these kids with their planks and suitcase wheels, and I started uploading them.
If you've been injured in a recent car accident that wasn't your fault, I'm gonna show you
On Facebook. My life has never been them making their own boards from planks and suitcase wheels. I started getting these pictures of these kids with their planks and suitcase wheels, and I started uploading them on Facebook. My life has never been the same ever since then. 2019, our page is booming. We're taking more content and posting more and asking more people for help. And I opened the Whisked Mango Instagram page. You should definitely follow us at Whisked_Mango 101. So I started doing the origin stories of how I got into skateboarding, how I started teaching the kids, and everything that happened during that time, the challenges, having no skateboards and everything like that. I just saw that my page went from like 20 followers on Instagram, and it kept on getting more and more followers, and I was like, oh my gosh. Aaron kept on popping in my story because I had watched a lot of Braille. He kind of shaped the way I looked at things, and me saying, oh, I'm gonna build the skate park in my hometown, that was huge for me. I remember I hit up Aaron. I wrote him a message, hey, my name is Johnny, I started teaching kids how to skate because of you, and I love your content and everything like that. And to my surprise, he had actually replied. So much had changed from then. So hey Aaron, these are the boards that you sent back in 2019, and look, we've had this ever since 2019. I went to the Good Push Summit at Skatistan in Joburg, South Africa, and from there I met different people. So making these connections, people had really kind of like now known that we exist, and we're the kids that had started our skateboarding with wooden planks and suitcase wheels. So people were really interested in working with us. After learning everything I learned from the Good Push Summit, I'd realized there was more to skateboarding than just kick pushing and everything like that. That introduced me to now teaching girls how to skateboard. And around this time, this was also the time we had made the documentary with Aaron about the introduction of skateboarding in Mongo, and he had sent us a bunch of boards that eventually got stuck at the Zambian Revenue Authority, and they wanted us to pay tax because we didn't use the mailbox that the Skateboarding Association of Zambia provided, where we get to send our equipment for free. It took like 3 months for me to realize that Aaron's goods didn't arrive, and he kept on asking me, oh, did the boards arrive? Did the boards arrive? And I was like, no, we didn't receive any boards. I went to Lusaka, the capital, and went to the post office, and I asked, like, do we have this certain parcel here? And then they're like, oh yeah, it's been here for a couple of months now, and you guys need to pay like over $1,000 to collect it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wait, I don't have that much money, and this certainly costs more than the goods that have been sent to us. We kind of started running around trying to find how to sort this out, and eventually, we managed to sort it out. We finally got the skateboards, and we held our first ever skateboarding competition in Mongo. And when the skateboards came, they also came from there are also other boards that were sent over too from the Next Up Foundation, and Shredco had also sent us these skateboards. Shout out Evan, and shout out everybody who has contributed to our journey so far. We wouldn't have been where we are without you right now. We have grown so much in the last 6 years that we can't even recognize that we're finally here. We have been where we are without you right now. We have grown so much in the last 6 years that we can't even recognize that we're finally here. We're still struggling, but at least we're here. So now that we had more skateboards to use, that means we had over 100 kids that we were teaching how to skate, and we had to continue documenting this and kind of like just showing social media what we were doing. And the roads were now unsafe to skate in because we had so many people that wanted to skate but we couldn't skate. So I approached my old high school and asked for space where we can teach kids how to skate, and that allow us to skate in the basketball court. So from there we had moved our lessons to the basketball court. Thank you, St. John's Secondary School, for letting us use that space. So much had changed from there. We're getting comfortable with the space. More people were getting comfortable with coming to learn how to skate. So this is 2019, and 2020 I get a message from Martin from Skateboard Beta, and he's telling me, hey, would like to come and build a skate park for you guys, and we believe there's a big funding that we can manage to secure, but only for you guys. Are you down? And I'm like, of course we're down for the skate park. So we started working around that, and Wonders Around the World also kind of jumped in, and we were working with Wonders Around the World, Skateboard Beta, and We Skate Mongo to get the first ever skate park in.
So you know what that means. I need y'all all down in the comments. I need somebody to DM Africa. Let them know what Aaron Cairo's been up to. They're out there living life, doing what they got to do, right? social media is a little slow out there, right? We need to catch him up on what the hell is going on with Braille, for one, and for two, Aaron Kyro, and how he just totally switched all that up. And I don't know if it was on a religious tip, which it seems like it's evolving even more to becoming that. But I feel as though it is my duty as a skater and as a black man just to let these people know, hey, perhaps we need to do some other services with other people that won't throw you under the bus, for one, and won't stop the money flowing for the kids that really need to get this learning, this higher learning, this camaraderie. This skateboarding is bigger than just making money. It's bigger than just making videos. It really teaches you life lessons and life skills that you can carry with yourself and feel more confident about the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. But if you're all about just destroying everything like Aaron Kyro's been doing, oh, get down in the comments and please let these people know. I think they deserve to know. Well, that's it, guys. That's all I got for this video. It's hella dark right now because it's hella early. It's about 6 a.m. now. And I wanted to make sure I got this video up before 10 a.m. so you can watch it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully I earned your subscription. And there's going to be more bangers like this one in the future. So make sure you turn on that bell notification. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, good evening, and good skating.